What's up, guys? Hey, thank you for joining me again. Thank you for tapping on to another one of my videos. I appreciate it. Like, comment, and subscribe. Keep sharing. Listen, I have a word today that I'm actually going to tap into. I'm going to do my best here to keep it brief, to keep it short due to your attention span. But I actually want to use the two verses that I made two videos out of, come from 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and Philippians chapter 4, verse 8. Both the writer is the same, Paul, and I'm not going to get too much into the context of those two, but I actually just want to bring out the message here. And I want to talk about fighting in a good way, as the Paul also talked about fighting the good fight of faith, right? Fighting in the spirit. Let's fight the right way with God. Let's fight with God. A lot of times, though, and let me actually tap into my two scriptures here. Philippians chapter 6, verse 8. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of a good report, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things. That's Philippians chapter 6, verse 8. And then 2 Corinthians, I'm actually coming from chapter 10, verse 3. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. And I actually want to talk about those two. I want to talk about fighting the way God wants us to fight. A lot of times in this life, there are so many things, right? Because we don't fight fleshly. We don't war against flesh and blood, but against spiritual wickedness and in high places and all of that. It's a spiritual warfare. We understand that. And one of the tricks and traps of the enemy is for us to believe his lies. And a lot of times we don't have peace. We don't operate in the peace of God the way that we should, is because we're believing the lies that he's given us. He's making up stories for us to believe. They sound so believable in our head, but they're actually lies. Sometimes you believe your accuser. Sometimes you believe your oppressor. You believe certain things that he tells you who you are. You believe that what he says other people think about you. Come on, do I have a witness here? But in the peace of God, when you're in the peace of God, you will believe on the truth. You will believe on whatsoever is of a good report. That's what will keep your mind in perfect peace. Come on. But like I said, one of the devices of the devil is to get you stirred up over a lie. Come on. It's one thing is to get you stirred up over some mess or over some slander, over some gossip. Oh, they really talking about me. And guess what your flesh wants to do? To respond in that same way. Well, so-and-so did this and so-and-so did that. And only if they knew who I truly was. Well, listen, don't fight in the flesh. Do not fight in the flesh. Now, the flesh and the spirit, you have to read more about it in Galatians chapter 5, and I believe in 6. But chapter 5 and 6, both really good chapters, but it talks about the flesh and the spirit. Okay, I'm not going to get too much into that, but I want to talk about fighting in the spirit. Love, joy, peace, faith, temperance, self-control, those type of things. Fighting like that, fighting with those things. Loving your enemies, praying for those who despitefully use you, as Jesus said. Not responding an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. If they do you wrong, you're looking to do them wrong all the time. Come on, that's going to take you out the peace of God. And as believers, as people who want to live for Jesus, you must learn how not to respond the way that your accuser is responding. Come on. If you see a post about you on Facebook or on social media, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is, you don't go making a long post about them. Come on. I know I'm not going to have too many witnesses, but it's the truth anyhow. It's the truth anyhow. But let me encourage you that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. They are mighty through God to the pulling down of every stronghold. The way when you fight in the spirit, it does more damage to the devil, to the kingdom of Satan. It does more damage to the spirit that is behind that, the demonic spirit that is behind that, the principality that is behind that. It does more damage when you fight in the spirit. And guess what? All along, you can keep your peace with God. I'm actually looking here. I want to share just probably one or two more points here before I do let you guys go. I have this here on my watch that I actually want to pull up. It keeps going out. But remember to fight in the spirit. Fight in the spirit. See, it takes a lot of grit. It takes a great deal of courage and strength to fight in the spirit. Before you respond, you should pray. Before you think about writing that post, you should pray. You should wait on the Lord and wait until he gives you how to respond and how he wants you to be in that situation. Listen, it's tough. It's not easy. But I want to come to expose the devil. It's all a part of his plan to get you out of character, to get you out of the peace of God. Come on. Because if he can get you out of the peace of God, now you're vulnerable. You're in a vulnerable state to do something that is not of God. As I'm finishing up here, I want you to be encouraged that the weapons that God has given us, and as you rely and trust in the Lord, you will win the war. You will win the battle that you are in. Come on. Why? Because the one who is in it with you have overcome the world. Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. Do I have a witness here? And that battle, this battle that you are in now, is only meant to strengthen you. It's only getting me stronger. There's a quote that I used to hear a lot, that what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. I believe that to be true today, that God allows these battles. He allows what you are going through now to only make you. It's not meant to kill you. It's meant to strengthen you. But you have to fight the right way. You have to see yourself in God. You have to surrender yourself still and ask God, how am I supposed to be in this time? Listen, I want to tell you that your time of victory is not tomorrow. It's not even the next day after that. It's now. Because in Jesus, we overcome by the word of our testimony and the blood of the Lamb. Jesus has won it all for us. We just have to stand strong. We have to stand strong against the powers and the wiles of the devil. But sometimes he gets us because we don't fight the way that we should. We don't fight in the spirit sometimes. Do I have a witness? So be encouraged. Remember to fight in the spirit. Don't let the devil take you out of the peace of God, but be encouraged that you have the peace that passeth all understanding, and you have weapons that are mighty through God, and that will pull down and cast out every devil and every stronghold that is coming against you. So I pray now that you will take in this word, 2 Corinthians chapter 10, read it all, Philippians chapter 4, verse 8. Be encouraged. God is with you. You are not a victim. You are a victor. And you will see victory now. God bless.